Welcome to Jacked and Cracked, the podcast where chiropractic care, fitness, and real-life stories come together. Get insights, practical tips, and everything you need to move better and live stronger.
Welcome back to the Jacked and Cracked podcast. I'm your host, Zebulon Thomas. I'm here with host Dr. Max.
Hey, guys.
Dr. Max, I wanted to talk today about the number one tip in training and working out, and you have that tip. So please let us know what that is.
What is the magical answer to to fitness and the number one tip? If I could give someone one tip and one tip only when it comes to fitness, it's showing up. And it's a deeper answer than that, but number one tip, showing up to do the form of exercise you are choosing to do. And what that really breaks down into, and we've talked about it before, is you have to like what you're doing, because if you don't like it and it becomes a chore, then you're going to find every excuse not to do it. I was just talking to a patient the other day about this issue, because the patient was saying, oh, I don't have time to work out today because I'm tired and my kid has a soccer game later today. And I said, well, that's a slippery slope, because the kid having the soccer game, you got to go to your kid's soccer game. Understandable. But you gave me two reasons right off the cuff. The other one was that you were tired. And it doesn't take long before all of a sudden you remove the kid has a soccer game from that excuse, and it's just, I'm tired, or I had a long work day, or I have a long work day the next day. And you won't look at fitness that way if it becomes a reward, something you get to do instead of something you have to do. So usually when people give me responses like that, I ask them more about the type of fitness they do, because we need to find out what they could enjoy. Because the thing that I enjoy doing, I enjoy moving weights, I enjoy lifting heavier weight, I enjoy chasing after the pump. So that's the type of workout I enjoy. I don't always love CrossFit, but I can tuck CrossFit into that goal or what I enjoy. And it allows me to still get the cardiovascular response and all of the components that make me healthy when I exercise. Because if I only chase the pump and lifting heavy weights, I'm going to be a really strong, out of shape guy who still dies young.
Oh, yeah.
So it's important to still have cardiovascular components. So CrossFit's really aligned with my needs and how I like to exercise, while still giving me an opportunity to feel healthy and fit. And
other people might go for a long run.
Totally.
That's what they want, and then do weights. But you're saying CrossFit, it kind of gives you that run with the weights, and then it gets you into the pump.
But there are plenty of people who are like, I don't want to feel like I'm going to throw up every single time I exercise. And CrossFit made me kind of feel like that, or high intensity circuit training made me feel like that. Orange Theory or boot camps or whatever. Okay, that's fine, and that's completely understandable. Though, as you do that more, you're not going to feel like it.
So maybe they were just pushing too hard,
right? And in that regard, maybe you gotta find a different fitness. Then find something you really like doing. Meet with a personal trainer. Do that for a bit. Maybe find some other classes. Maybe you like kickboxing. Punching the heavy bag's a blast. So those like cardio kickboxing. Maybe find some spin. Ask your friends what they're doing. Maybe some of your more fit friends who wouldn't mind having company. See what they're doing for their fitness, because the other thing that can make fitness fun is doing it with your buddies. So I would tell you that my best friends, pretty much all of them, also exercise, and it really helps that some of my best friends are up here in the Strongsville area, so we exercise together. So it's kind of like our bro time, where we talk about sports, life, everything, kids, and we work out while we're doing it. Though it can distract a bit from the workout, it keeps you showing up, because you're like, my buddy Rick's counting on me to be there to work out, so I'm going to be there. And then the next thing you know, you're working out anyways. You're doing the things anyways. So enjoying yourself is really the important component of that number one tip, which is showing up. You have to show up.
Find the fun and find the enjoyment in working out and what it's doing for you.
You got it. And if you start to lose that enjoyment, you have to pivot to a different style of workout. Make it fun again. And there's a lot of different ways to make it fun. Whether it's creating goals for yourself, maybe change up gyms. Though it makes me a little crazy when we have what I call butterflies in our CrossFit gym. We'll pop into ours for a few months and then another one in the area. But for the individual, I can appreciate it because new environment, new faces, and we all kind of have this pack mentality when we do fitness where we want to kind of like prove ourselves if there's other people around. And sometimes when there's new faces, you want to kind of set the tone of who you are. So that can be very helpful too. So it's really about that. And then what ends up keeping you coming when you're coming back and you're enjoying it is that then you're going to start to generate results, and then showing up becomes much, much easier because all of a sudden you're getting recognized for the results you're getting, and that is addictive too.
Yeah, and I always say get addicted to the high of the workout, the feeling that it brings to you, because I know I feel better when I'm sore versus when I don't work out and I'm sore from not working out. Like that, I would rather be the other way. So I'm addicted to the euphoria feeling of how it makes me feel the next day. So I know if I'm having a rough day today, tomorrow I'm not if I go work out today.
Yep. And so that's the biggie, creating some time for it, right? So, which again is much, much easier when you're enjoying yourself, but it's kind of impossible for an individual to say, hey, I don't have time to work out. It's just, that's such a bad excuse, right? And you and I were talking ahead of time, if someone says, I don't have time to work out, I always want to say, well, give me your phone. Let me check your screen time.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have time to work out, like, I don't know how you have like 3 hours of screen time every day. Like and the funny thing is you can still have your 3 hours of screen time. Just use it in the gym. You could literally put it on a treadmill and just walk while you're looking at your thing.
Or I hear people go, I don't need to work out because I have a very hard job.
Yeah. And I get that's a great one. That's a great one. We'll hear that sometimes too. Oh, well, my job's really physical. And if that was true, you'd be able to pull into any job site and every single construction worker would look yoked. And it's very important.
Yeah, and I feel like the difference really in that purpose is, you might have a physically demanding job with a lot of labor, but the workout itself is taking time for you and for your body to actually do something that is about working out and about your body and self-awareness versus doing labor for somebody else. Like really take the time to do controlled workout. It's also controlled. You're sloppy if you're at work.
Yeah. Well, in most jobs have a very specific movement set that they do. Mm-hmm. So you might say, okay, let's say you're a bricklayer. Well, yeah, you're going to get huge forearms because you're setting the bricks down. So that's going to be real strong. But a lot of times those guys live with their backs, so they have chicken legs, and they might have real wide backs and they might have real big forearms, but that doesn't mean you're fit. It just, you have two areas that are super strong, which also means you're imbalanced. So you probably hurt all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You got big arms and little legs.
So if you want to like skip forearm day because you're a bricklayer, I would understand that. Yes. But it doesn't just check the box of working out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is a very, very great point. So again, there you have it. You've got the number one tip to fitness is showing up. All you got to do is show up. You don't have to show up 7 days a week either. I mean, if you want to do it because you're an addict, by all means, but you show up 3 days a week, and that's really all it takes.
Yeah, you can do it. You can show up 3 days a week. I encourage everyone to listen to this right now. Make this the week where you show up 3 days a week. Just try it this week, and then I would say try it for another, and try it for 30 days, and then at the end of 30 days, tell me you can't do it because you're going to be you're going to show up, and it's going to be good.
Yep. And if you don't have the money to go to a gym or something like that, just stay home. There's a million resources online. We're trying to be one of those resources. Stay home. Push-ups, burpees, air squats, sit-ups, dips off your coffee table, stuff like that. All of that stuff is great.
Just get it in.
If you get a little bit of money, go get yourself a kettlebell or a couple dumbbells. And now you've got that to work with too. But you can do so much stuff at home that does not require attending a gym if you want to do it at home. Now, I will tell you, working out at home sometimes makes it challenging to get into that workout mindset. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have the money right now and you're like, boy, my time is really limited. And, once the kids get up, I got to do all their stuff. Cool. When they go to bed, take 25 minutes and do one of these little circuits where you're doing lunges and burpees and air squats and push-ups and dips and stuff like that. Or do it before they wake up. You don't have to wake up an hour and a half early if you're not going to a gym. You definitely don't. Wake up 30 minutes before they do and sneak in a little circuit, get a good sweat going, gets the endorphins going, and you've already done more in your day than the average American.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Max, for giving us those tips to show up and get our workout in, and I hope everyone enjoyed this.
Yep. Thanks so much, guys.
Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to Jacked and Cracked. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. Stay aligned, stay strong, and we'll see you next time.